Hi, today I'm going to do quite an intense smoky eye with glitter. This is inspired by one of the looks that I did for French Vogue this month. The look in the magazine was on Daria and it was all for Lancôme, using Lancôme makeup. But today I'm going to do it on Jessie, my assistant Jessie, not my sister, because sometimes people think I say my sister. My assistant Jessie, and I'm going to use all Drugstore makeup. Jessie had to be persuaded to be a model today because she's not really into it. She's a bit shy. She's already warned me she's not going to talk. So I don't know if we can coax her around. But I just think she'll look amazing in the look. And because Daria's quite tanned, and Jessie has a bit of a tan at the moment, I think it's going to look really great on her. But it's a look that will work on anyone. It's really fun. And I think it's a great look for a festival or a summer party. So I hope you like it. I'm going to start by using the Maybelline 24-Hour Cream Tattoo eyeshadow. This is the black one. I'm going to buff this lightly over Jessie's eyelid. So I'm not putting too much on. I'm blending it a little bit on the back of my hand first. And then just buffing and building up to create a stain, sort of base all over the lid. And then as I get just over the socket line, I'm just going to buff that a bit more so it fades out. I'm also going to just bring it slightly out of the corners, like that. So now I'm just building more intensity in the black. Don't worry if any bits drop down because we haven't done our base yet. Good to do this after and actually start with a thin layer first, because then you get the blending. It's easier to blend the thin layer and then you can just add this extra intensity right onto the actual lid. And before I blend that out, I'm also going to do a little bit of this along the lower lash line. So using the same colour tattoo, just start to build up underneath. So now I need to do some pencil. Just look up for me, Jessie. All the way along the lower lash line, and I might get you to do your upper waterline actually. Just working it into the roots as well. Can you do your upper for me? Perfect. So now I need to go with a shimmery grey eyeshadow. It can be any make, something like this from the L'Oreal palette, or Revlon do one, or here's the Bourjois one. This kind of colour. So it's kind of like a medium toned shimmery grey. They're kind of very easy to find. And then just go over the whole thing. Just dab on. All over the cream colour. So this is good because it'll get rid of any creasing that you have already, and it'll just smooth the whole thing in. So just tap on first, it'll stick nicely to the cream that's under there already, and you can also use it to really blend and smoke out those edges. And it'll help to set the cream nicely. And then the same thing underneath, using a little bit of the powder underneath, so slightly silvery grey eyeshadow, and just buff away at that edge. Once you've kind of buffed away at it, then use a Q-tip as well, just face the front, see, look up, and just soften the edge. I'll come back and soften that a bit more once we've done concealer and foundation and everything. Now I'm going to use some brow powder. This is the Gosh palette, just to run through Jessie's brows. Just to fill in any gaps, not going to make them too dark. And then give them a good brush through. So on to base. I'm sure you're relieved about that, Jessie.
Very.
I'm going to use the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum and just put a thin layer all over. You just like to cover your redness, don't you, Jessie?
Yeah. Pretend that it's natural, but a nice thick layer.
Just need to buff that off a little bit. I'm just going to thin that out. So that's the foundation on. It's a slightly warmer colour than Jessie's face, but we're matching up to her body. So now this is matching her neck and her chest. So onto concealer. I'm going to use this NYX concealer. This is the HD concealer. And use this under Jessie's eyes. I haven't finished blending the shadow under there yet, so I can buff right up to it. There's a tiny bit of redness here, but it's right on the apple of your cheeks and I quite like it. I don't want to put any more concealer on there. Before I do mascara, I'm just going to run the black pencil along the upper lash line, just in between the lash roots. Okay, I think you should do your own eyelash curling and mascara, Jessie.
Okay.
So there's a curler. Give them a good curl. And then put plenty of black mascara on. Use this one. Okay. Loads in the roots. So onto the pièce de résistance of the makeup, and this is some silver leaf that I got as part of a glitter kind of craft set for children. It was £1.70 for 3 different shades, and this is perfect. You can also buy silver leaf in sheets and just cut them yourself. Just close, Jessie. And then just from the heat of your hand, you just pick them up and drop them on. And really, the more random this is, the better it looks. And then before we powder, I'm going to put a little bit just around the top of the cheekbones as well. Same on the other eye, just facing me. And it's good if both sides looks different. It's just cooler. Put less on the cheek on that side, I think. And then in between that, I just used normal glitter. This is the Barry M, just silver glitter. And kind of going over the top. Again, quite randomly. And then a tiny little bit onto the cheek as a highlighter as well. So just kind of in between the silver leaf. You always put too much on then. Just keep tapping till that calms down a bit. And then right at the inner corner underneath. Oh, here comes a siren. Look up for me. I just put a little bit of extra just at the inner corner. This is of the normal glitter. And just kind of blended that away. So now I'm just going to do a little powder, mainly on T-zone, just to get rid of the shine there. A little bit of glitter's dropped down, but that's fine. I think it's nice. And now I'm just adding some contour, because Daria has got killer cheekbones. We all want Daria's cheekbones, right, Jessie?
Yeah, give me Daria cheekbones.
Just at the outer edge though, not coming in too far there. And then for lips, really nude colour. You've got great lips, so I'm just going to go straight from the bullet. Really casual lip. Let's see. That is pretty much the finished look. So that's the finished look. Really nice and glittery, but a little bit rock and roll, a little bit undone, and I think it's great for a festival or a summer party. And I think you look great, Jessie. I love that look on you.
Thank you.